It's Lawful Stupid Season 2, boys!
Season 2, we're back!
I wasn't even ready.
That's it.
Excellent.
Welcome back.
How is that different than Season 1?
It's not.
It's not, but
that's
more
okay.
interesting.
Is it?
I hope so.
If you haven't listened to Season 1, boy howdy are you behind. But if I were to give you a sum up of what happened from the DM's perspective, the boys got a cool magical loot. The loot betrayed them. They did some dangerous stuff at a weird tinkerer house. They went traveling, avoided quests, went to a main city, found bad demon things, got their ass kicked, waged war, kicked ass, met gods multiple times, and
Became
then
gods.
went their own way.
You can go your own way.
So,
Go your own way.
if you haven't listened to Season 1, I suggest you don't take that 1 minute recap as anything more than 1 minute worth of things that happened. You should go listen to
Absolutely,
it.
go listen.
But boys, are you guys ready?
Yes.
Wait, hold on a second. Let me just.
I need you to dial in your characters.
Wait, hold on a second. Yeah, I'm doing it. No, nose in air, glass of wine. I am Christoph. I am ready.
Okay, let's see. Normal me. Ready, go.
Confirmed.
Alex is pouring a drink, so yes, he's ready. He's going to do his ritual.
Yep. He is getting ready and will be much closer to his mic when we actually record. It's going to be great. Confirmed.
Right.
Okay.
You're right.
Great. So we're going to just kind of like time lapse that voyage from your respective locations to the new location that we're gonna be at, and it's different. We're leaving the continent of Eos, the region of Orenthal, and we're going home. Well, home-ish. We're going to Whispr.
Coming home. I'm coming home. Tell the world that I'm coming home. All right,
So-
2 minutes in, we've already had 3 sing-alongs.
Hey, hey, by the way, patrons, we're real close to that musical goal. FYI, tell your friends.
Like real close. So you boys are headed for Whispr. And each of you all know that not only are you going for Whispr, you specifically are going towards the Broken Shoal. And so you go to this this large cove, and let's paint said picture. Devin, you have crawled your way onto this beach. The boat that you, the Drunken Sun that you one man navigated here it's sunk when you hit it into shoreline. You brought it way too close. And so now on the coast, near where these other, because in the distance, there's ships already. And they're very much like battleships. They're very much troop transport ships. And then there's the remnants of the Drunken Sun, which is partially in view, just a cusp the ocean line. And so you drag yourself up onto this beach, and you're recovering, doing whatever you choose to do, and it's not 30 minutes to an hour later that Rowan and Christoph roll up to the beach in dinghies, like separate dinghies with first mates and people from their ships. And so you have them breaching or like landing on this beach, and you're just like exhausted from having to swim in from the sea, but you're all here.
So a couple things that I need to know from this scene that you set for me. One, do I notice the remnants of the drunken sun?
Absolutely. It is not a small thing that there is a ship.
Do I recognize it as the drunken sun, though?
Ooh, roll me that history check.
God,
I gotta come in quick on these rolls. Every time we play this game, I'm like, let me just get a quick history check in so I can be the first to roll. Ooh, that's pretty good. 17.
Yeah, you, on your way in, you see the wreckage of a ship, and it's not until you, like, you're just watching and you're looking, and at some point, I think the water splashes enough that you can see the emblem that was painted on one of the sides that matched the flag, and you went, that's super the drunken sun.
Cool. Second thing I need to know, did I notice Rowan coming in on his dinghy with his crew?
I think the closer you would have gotten on the beach, like closer to the beach, and your boats kind of naturally heading towards each other, you definitely would have seen it well before you landed.
So what Kristoff is going to do is he's going to shape water along his path to make an ice bridge and just walk over to Rowan's boat.
Wait, before you land? Or,
yes.
Okay, so I take that back. You land together in the same dinghy.
Together, as always.
I was
OTP.
going to race him, but I decided it would be cooler to just fucking Iceman my way over to him.
I think it definitely causes disruption and a little bit of panic.
Yes.
When the two boats are like connected via this ice bridge for a moment.
Kristoff is inconvenient to everyone around him at all time because he is Kristoff.
Confirmed. Season 1 happened. Yep.
Yeah.
So boys, you're back together, and not just through Wynn's sick, twisted jokes.
That's a very apropos way of describing this campaign so far.
So, Devin, Atlas has been just face first, maybe not face first, but certainly lots of sand everywhere. And then you look up to see Kristoff and Rowan not having nearly as hard of a time as you and very friendly with each other.
Have you boys been together the whole time?
No, we met in the ocean.
Yeah, this is the first time in like 2 years. Well,
I mean, besides that weird thing last week, I don't know what that was about. So just give me a breather. You guys do your dialogue. I gotta rest for a minute.
Yeah, couple things. No, I have mostly questions for you. So I'll give you a moment.
Moments pass. I don't want to be tired of
Moments pass. This is the whole episode. All of season 2. I'm just very winded.
Drop.
So first of all, hey, remember last time? Are you a fucking werewolf?
Yes.
That's a fair question.
Well, I just told you the answer. I am. I did some things we can get into a little later. Probably more pressing things we need to get into.
Yeah. Second, I actually only saw your dinghy, and I didn't see you come ashore at all. Who's here with the Golden Sun? Who's here with?
That's it.
Captain Renwick Tyndall and
They all.
First Mate Giselle.
We were.
What?
We were riding together for a long time, and eventually some other pirates came up, and they overtook us. There were 2 or 3 ships, and we couldn't. And we were headed here. They were going to bring me, and I managed to get out alive. Ilaria, of course, helped me.
I would normally insight roll the shit out of you, but Kristoff has no reason to think that Alice would ever lie to him, so I will not. You lying son of a bitch.
I almost kept talking,
God,
but I knew that would give me away.
Well, 3 ships was ambitious.
Kristoff says nothing, reaches into his pocket, turns around and walks away.
Rowan, I missed your hat.
I missed you. You look awful.
I feel awful.
Just has not been a good time for you, has it?
It's not. I would love to tell you boys about my adventures. But perhaps, I don't know, there's a reason why we're all here. We better hop to it. It seemed it was pretty urgent.
That's true. Hey, you still talking to your ghost girlfriend?
Yeah,
That's
she's
still
here.
a thing?
And I pull Laurie
that's
out.
great.
You brandish your blade, and Alaria's spectral form appears. And boys, what you notice that's a little bit different is the version of Alaria you saw before was transparent, pretty colorless, all things considered. This version, you can see her pink hair more. You can almost see like a tone to her skin. She's not solid by any means, but she's certainly less transparent. It looks like she has more of an form in the world.
That's... I mean, it's been a minute. She didn't look like that before. She's wispy.
Yeah, I don't know. Why don't you ask her? She's right there. That's kind of rude to just like ignore her while she's there.
Alari, what you been doing for 2 years?
And she looks back at Rowan and says, "Oh, we've been killing a lot.
That's true.
Like a lot."
Well, so he's strong now, right?
I look up
He's
at her.
stronger.
A lot of those demon things that came into Oxbane, they are nothing to me now. We see one, it takes seconds for me to ruin one.
He's very brave now. It's important.
Cool. I have done nothing.
While they're having this conversation, I've been reaching out to Avia via our Coin of Varsity.
Cool, we will resolve that in a moment. And so Alaria says, he's also not... He is very proud of his actions. Those fiends are a tad more difficult than he lets on, but we do murder them.
If we did that 2 years ago. We already did that.
Yeah, but as a unit, he does it alone. He's much stronger.
And there are
I'm
many,
quite
many
proud.
more than we ever could have thought. Boys, there are still doors out there that are open now. And I feel like we still honestly have more work to do. I found if we don't close those doors, there's way more bad things to come than just those demons.
That's fair. I don't know how. Okay.
Kristoff,
And
who
so,
are you talking
well,
to?
Yeah, well, okay, that's, hold on.
Doodle-doo, doodle-doo, first season 2. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo.
Excellent. So you walk away and put said coin and pull out said coin and kind of, I don't think you need to pull it out. I think just touching it. You still have to verbally talk, whether that's like whispering, I think is still fine. But you still have to verbally speak to activate it. So how does that work? Or how do you start?
Avia, are you okay?
And it takes her a minute, and she says, "I am."
Are you busy?
And you hear like someone like pleading in the background. Like you can't really hear what they're saying, but you hear, "No, not that busy. What's going on?"
I have something to tell you. I think it's best if you're alone too.
Yeah, hold on one sec. And you hear this loud thud. We're alone now.
Are you able to sit down?
if I need to, I suppose.
There's no easy way to say this. Captain Winwick Tyndall, First Mate Zell, the entire crew of the Drunken Sun, they have been killed.
And you are met with like a loud ringing noise in your ear.
Mm-hmm.
And a few minutes later, you can like hear the sound of her like picking up her coin. And she says, "What do you mean they're all dead?"
I've seen, when I got here to Whispr, I was greeted by a sunken ship. I didn't recognize it at first, but as I grew closer, it was very obvious it was the Drunken Sun. They had apparently given passage to Atlas when they were set upon at the sea. Atlas was able to fight them off, but he was the only one who survived. He's not a sailor, so he evidently crashed the ship while trying to bring it in to land. He said there were no survivors.
I want to know exactly who killed them. I'm going to raise everything that they built. Can you find out who killed them?
I will find this out for you. I will keep you apprised as I learn more. I felt I had intelligence.
I appreciate it.
Is there anything that you other than more information, anything that
There was a box on the ship that I gave to Captain Zell. If it's still there and you can get to it, it has something I gave him. And if it's still there, it could be useful for us.
point of order, you said Captain Zell, do you mean Zell or Tyndall?
Sorry, First Mate Zell.
First Mate Zell. Understood. I will see what I can do. And I will talk to you.
Be careful. And that's for your Atlas.
Who are you talking to over there?
Avia.
Oh, Avia. How is she?
Not great.
And so Atlas will, like, it clicks for him that Avia was with the Drunken Sun and is affiliated with that. Oh, yeah. I will tell her I'm very sorry.
I will, but I'll need to tell her quite a bit more than that. I'll need more information about this attack and perhaps the perpetrators themselves. But for now, Rowan, Atlas, if you would. And I gesture towards the open sea.
I'll go over.
I'm gonna Iceman my way over to the ship.
Okay. You guys, you roll an ice bridge out across the sea, and the crews that delivered you are very much just like looking, and you hear, "If you could do that, why would we bring everybody on a boat?"
I don't like walking.
Okay. So yeah, you guys cross this icy bridge, and it's like a long walk. So if you want to do a little more dialogue as you walk, you have that option, because it's not a short walk from the beach to the boat.
I'd like to consider the state of the ship. Does it look like it's just been wrecked on some rocks, or does it look like it's been attacked? Are there cannon holes that I can see?
How far do you want to wait until you do this check? Because that measures your chance for success.
So I'm gonna I'm going to ask Atlas first to tell me the nature of the attack, and then I'll be investigating exactly. I was kind of trying to confirm his story. So, what happened, Atlas? Tell me everything.
Well, it was about 2 weeks ago. After many travels with Gloria in search of many of the demon doors, after losing my eye, we found that to no avail, we wouldn't be able to do this on our own. But then I received a raven, and it said, you need to come to Silence. And so we traversed for a little while, and I can't remember how I stumbled upon the drunken son. But it was nice being in their presence, and I said, I have an immediate need. I need to make it to Silence. I'm not sure why. They were more than happy to oblige. And about a week ago, on the way here, I was asleep in the bottom of the boat, and I heard yells above on the deck. And as I went up, there were 3 larger ships that were surrounding us on all sides. The sails were black. They had crossed swords on the sails. Men were already aboard the ship fighting back and forth. So immediately I ran back down, grabbed my axe along with Aloria, and we started fighting. And I don't remember what happened. It just went into frenzy. Most of them had been killed. We were outnumbered by far. At some point, I blacked out. 2 of the ships had went away. 1 remained, but it was mostly sunken. And as I lay there, Captain Tyndall had been mortally wounded, but he was not yet dead. And he told me to take the ship. And he told me that he had appreciated my help and that he was sorry. And then, of course, I cannot drive a boat well, and that is where you see it today. I intended to give them a proper burial for those I could find, but he decided, he said, the sea was his home, and so he told me to cast the bodies overboard.
Three ships in the dead of night. What kind of... I can't fathom. They had the arcane bombardments. They weren't able to at least get some distance. The Golden Sun is known, the Marfis is known for their speed on the sea. They couldn't create some space and escape?
I do not know. They were already locked in battle once I had gotten up, so whatever had occurred, for whatever the reason, the ships were sneaky enough to get into distance without being seen.
See, that doesn't ring true, so I will roll an insight check. If I may, Dwayne.
So here's what I'll do with that.
Mm-hmm.
I will let you roll a contest, but it is not true or false like with a PC. It is, or an NPC. It's the feeling that you get.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, just making
Absolutely.
sure that it's not a hard bat. Atlas, charisma check, and Christoph, insight check, please. Or deception check, Atlas.
I got a deception. Okay, that gives 14.
Insight is... Well, it's -1, so 17.
Okay, so you hear his story, and it's not adding up. You don't necessarily believe he is flat out lying to you. You don't get that flat out lie feel, but you definitely get there is something you're missing, and it's not forthcoming at all. Like you have a bad feeling about the story, but you can't say exactly why. It's not like you're like, oh, that's a bull-faced lie, but you have a lot of facts, like the Murphys is fast, they have long-ranged weaponry, and a team of magic users. Not to say other pirates don't have those either, and you're aware of that, but you also knew them to be quite formidable. So not adding up great for you.
This doesn't make a lot of sense. Your memory is failing us. There must be something more here. Maybe we'll understand more when we get closer.
Yeah, I would love, if I can remember anything, I'd love to give you any details I can remember. I don't know if maybe Ilaria has anymore. Maybe she remembers anything.
Oh yes, let me ask Alaria. You could bring her out.
Well, she could come out. She doesn't like.
Oh, Alaria, if you're listening.
So let's be clear on how Ilaria works. She does come at your beck and call, Atlas. So like, if you draw her and just want her to come out, she's kind of forced out in general. But yeah, she can come and go at her own leisure as well. She's much stronger. Like, she's much more tied to the world than she was in season 1. But I just want you to know, like, you definitely have the right to, like, snuff her out 90% of the time. So she, like, comes out and she's, like, walking next to you guys. But, like, you guys are walking on the ice bridge. She's just walking above water. Like, she walks just to, like, make you guys feel normal. And she says, yes?
So this is the first time I've seen her. I actually was busy when she came out earlier.
Right.
So I think between what I was picking up during the one shot and then seeing her now, for sure, no, this is not good. Alaria, you look... Where?
You. I like the mask.
Thank you, it was a gift. So what can you tell me about what happened aboard the ship? Atlas seems to not have a great memory, but you perceive things even when he's unconscious or frenzied. What can you tell me?
Do me a favor and roll a perception check.
No.
You're good.
It's 8.
No, I agree. You are good. When you say no, I believe you. So what Kristoff does not see, but for the viewers or the listeners, she exchanges a glance with Atlas and then says, I'm afraid I didn't see anything out of the normal. They definitely had magic too. But this wasn't anything could have been.
Fair enough. Maybe I can.
When there's
what was the
much...
nature of?
Go ahead.
What was the nature of this magic they wielded?
It was arcane. It seemed
perfect.
They had similar spell. The Murphys did, but I don't know a lot about pirate.
Yes, it's good that it's arcane. Maybe I can see any sort of scarring or unnatural residue from the torrent when we arrive at the ship.
Oh, I'm sure you'll see something.
Disconcerting.
Is it? Oh,
all right.
I'm sorry.
It was just one of those like, we'd love to have you for dinner kind of statements.
Did you say that in character? Or is that
yes?
Okay.
Yes.
And she says, "I'm sorry. It was brutal. If there's not arcane scarring, I would be surprised. It was a bloodbath."
But I'm just glad you both made it out safe.
I'm surprised Atlas made it out safe.
He's gotten much stronger. And then I would just head to the ship. Whenever we get close, anything I know.
No, you're coming right up on it. Go ahead and roll your investigation check.
It's better. Investigation's not my strong suit, but that's better. Oh, it's just 0, 15.
Alright, so as you're coming up, so the part of the red sun, you got me fucking saying it, the drunken sun is the front of the boat. So you can see, not give a nautical term, so going to avoid them, you can see the front of the boat and the deck. You can see bits and pieces of the mast that's kind of like beat up and you can definitely tell, even from standing near it, that like one of its primary masts is all that like survived the fight. And there was there's two other poles that were broken, or well, sorry, not survived the fight, that are still intact. But what you do notice is you don't see any like huge like structural damage above the boat, like above the base of the boat, right? Like on the bottom of the boat, you can kind of see just below the shallowness of the water where there's like damage to the hull, like at the bottom of the hull.
We'll have to get probably on board for me to tell this, but my next step is to see if I can tell if the arcane bombardment cannons had been fired at all recently.
Yeah, why don't you guys make your way onto the boat?
Yeah.
Boys, go ahead, and please don't leave this all to Kristoff to make the only episode.
I have no horse in this race. I could care less what that boat's doing here or anything else.
Okay. Confirmed. Atlas, you want to do anything, or are we just going to keep going on this hike?
So in Atlas's head, he's rehearsed a thing with a large in his head. He's rehearsed this 1,000 times. He doesn't want to lie, but he also doesn't want to break Rowan and Kristoff's heart. He wasn't really thinking about Avia so much in this whole thing. But now knowing that Avia is in pretty deep with Kristoff, that they still are contacted, together, he's got a million things going through his head, but he still does not want to be found out.
Hail and well met, my dudes and dudettes. It's me, Dwayne, from the Lawful Stupid podcast, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek of our patron-only content, and this is going to be one of Atlas's letters. So I'm just going to give you a sneak peek of my impression of Atlas. Dear Diary, my father, Henry, thought it was a good idea for me to attend Battleborn. He knew that I enjoyed being a smithy, but that I often longed for more. I would see the men and women come to him for items, though Henry only made weapons or armor that were decorative. Otherwise, we were in the business of making farm equipment. That's just a small tidbit of that with my best Atlas impression. So if you want to see or hear more or read more, go become a patron.
So
okay,
he's trying to keep it cool. This thing happened, and because he knows Kristoff is not satisfied.
All right, boys, you climb up onto the boat. It's difficult to get up onto the boat in its state, but you're all very capable adventurers. You don't need to make a check. Just know that it was not like an easy task for you guys to get up there. And when you are up on the boat, because of the way it's like slanted into the air, it's very much like slow walking and like leaning back and trying to like avoid sliding into the water. So now you're on the boat and you can see the state of the arcane, like the arcane focuses. They're very much intact physically. If you would like to investigate them, you may do an Arcana check.
Thank you.
I would like to mention, I would think that we had shot these things several times, anticipating someone find. We would scratch up the deck. We would scratch up the mast. Maybe not break them because we needed it to work.
So I will give you this, my boy, because I know you did not expect to be going down this road.
Ace Attorney by Shainsaw.
I will give you 1. I fucking don't even know what to do, so we're just gonna roll it as like an intelligence check.
Woof.
Essentially.
Okay.
That you and Olaria wanted to avoid. Like
this is the to catch a killer in reverse
matter,
fucking opportunity.
Okay, yeah. So sorry. Hey, you don't have the ability to fire the cannons, like at all.
I was about to say it makes sense that he would like scratch it up and he would do damage, but like
Right.
I'm trying to see if this thing has been fired
No,
recently. Which I don't
agreed.
think.
But I wanted to like give him that opportunity to lay some ground of like, oh, I did. So
But then I would
10,
ask, how long is he able to like look into when it was shot last? Because if you could see arcane, then it would just be like everything has got magic flowing through it.
We will get there, my dude. Don't you worry. All I'm doing is asking with a 10. You were able to set up some minor like evidence. So give me like a little bit of what you guys attempted to do to make it look like there was indeed a raid on the boat.
Okay, that's easy. I think it's just a lot of minor structural. So like the railings are cracked in several places. There are several pieces of cargo that we smashed and we threw some of it out to the sea. Of course, tore a couple of the flags that still fly. We probably break again. I don't know what that front thing is that sticks off the boat that people often have. That's gone.
Okay.
The below deck has
Okay,
been tossed. Stuff like that.
Okay. Well, we'll get to how that kind of stuff rolls out because you have water, right, filling up the boat. So what did you roll? I apologize, my friend. Arcana.
It was an unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. So you look at the first two focuses you see, and the focuses themselves are not necessarily magical in like nature. They don't necessarily always give off a magical vibe. It's just that when you course through, it's like a giant amplification point. Kind of like when you put your hands to a cone to your mouth. Your hands do not make noise, but damn do they amplify it. So you don't see any arcane torrent like on them. There's no like residue. So Kristoff being the caster, you know that if there was like if they were utilized, it had to have been like long ago, and you would know that time frame specifically. Like Atlas would not have that knowledge of like how long it like would have had to have been for that magic to wear off.
Residue to fade, yeah.
Yep.
Is it greater than 2 weeks?
Yes, you would definitely believe that.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Kristoff's just going to walk up to Atlas, and I'm just going to put a hand on either side of his face, so I'm kind of reaching up. And I'm going to look at him in his eye, and I'm just going to say, "This is important to someone who I owe a great, great. I owe her a debt. All debts are paid, no matter how much we run, no matter how much we hide. All debts are paid. I need your help. Is there anything that you can remember, no matter how insignificant, anything that you're not telling?"
Inside, Atlas's heart breaks, but he still does not want to come clean. He still manages to have a single tear come down because he is sad about it. He's not happy about what he did. And he says, "I'm sorry, Kristoff. I don't remember anything else."
Real quick, as someone who's actually seen pirate battles, can I do like a perception to see if this actually makes sense and is concordant?
Welcome to the game, Alex Goring!
Yeah, man.
Like,
I'm
just
so
'cause, like-
glad of you to join us.
Just because at first, like, walking up, I would not care about this so much, but like being on there and then listening to the story and be like,
My dude, can we start off season 2 correctly and give you that lawful, stupid inspiration for 30 minutes into the pirate investigation going, wait, I was on a fucking pirate ship for a while. Do I notice anything?
well, just as the stuff he's setting up, we're like, the figurehead wouldn't be gone. They're not a ramming ship. No, they wouldn't have cargo out unless they were already sacked, and if they were already sacked, he wouldn't have been able to get away with the ship. This isn't making sense to me as a human being, so there's no way Rowan would settle for this shit.
Don't even roll! Just say those words!
Roll me a perception with lawful stupid advantage.
Alright.
That is the lawful stupidest thing we've done in a while.
That's a 23 without the lawful stupid advantage.
I thought you were giving me with advantage. I got like a 6, boys.
I mean, I can roll again. Hopefully get
roll for crit.
Yeah, no, it was a 10 with that, so
yeah, we don't
go
care
with the
about
23.
That Rowan, as someone with who spent a great deal at sea and who has seen you specifically were not on the receiving end of too many beatings, but you definitely know what a ship looks like after it's been beat to shit.
Right.
This one it looks like there was a kerfuffle at minimum, but the story with 3 ships, in your mind, 2 things happened. 1, a fight did not occur, or B, the other 3 ships were the worst pirates ever. So you do have 2 scenarios to contend with.
Okay. Then that's super easy, because the Murphy's was good, and I know that, so there's no way 3 shitty pirates would still be able to beat 1 good one. So... Atlas? I hate to say this, but that's not what happened here. There might have been a scuffle on this, but this isn't a 3 against 1 fight against this ship.
Well, of course it is.
Of course, it's not. The figurehead's gone, which doesn't make any sense because the Murphys wouldn't ram anything ever. The cargo's thrown about as if it had been ransacked, and if it had already been ransacked, how did you get away with it?
I told you the battle, everyone was killed. I blacked out. I don't know what happened during the fight.
Oh no, this would be after the fight.
Two of the ships left after several of those sailors had been killed. And either they had been killed, had been kidnapped, they were all gone, save Captain Tyndall, who had been wounded.
I tell you what, so Atlas, on the side of your face, because my hands are still there, you definitely feel things get real cold for a second, and then Kristoff kind of like pulls away, like gaining control of himself.
You feel that through a metal mask, BT dubs. Remember, he's got a metal mask, so it's actually like your whole face feels it, because that's how metal spreads, like cold. Yeah. You feel that all over your face.
And then tell me something Atlas would know. Only Atlas. Fuck you! That's a fair question.
I know it is, but God, was it amazing!
You think we're doing a Body Snatchers episode to you now?
Yeah, I think you're trying to flip the script on me.
Shane, you give us way too much credit.
We have, and I look around at Rowan and say, the loot of Wynn, we fought to get that together.
Common knowledge, the Reclaimers know that. No, I didn't.
Yes, and what's the pertinence of that to this? This isn't a ship, it's a loot.
Findle has been in my mouth several times and has touched your horns on many occasions.
Anyone who's met Findle would know that.
My favorite food is hard biscuits from the Red Roof Inn.
Citizens day in and day out saw you eat an unfathomable amount of those.
You wanted... Oh, maybe this, when we went to see the Tinkerer, you wanted to take the door back to the prison for whatever reason and turn it in as a prisoner, and you also let him go.
Yeah, but that means you could just be him, who was also an enemy of ours, working for him. In disguise.
Okay, that makes...
Tell me something only Atlas would know.
I have no idea what I would know that others don't know. I'm an open book.
You're right, there's nothing Atlas would know.
That does sound like something Atlas would say. You're right.
You've got me there. Fair enough. You'll just... Time can change a man, surely, but... None of this makes sense, Atlas. Give me something. Give me... I want to believe you. Give me a reason to believe you.
I can tell you what.
I mean, could start with the truth. 'Cause I don't believe anything you just said about this.
What is
this.
their like? What are you guys like stances toward me at this point? Like, you looking at me, you're questioning me. I'm standing there receiving. I'm on the receiving end, of course.
Let me translate. Are you threateningly standing? Are you like Inquisition style? Is it more casual conversation?
It's more of like concern for him, like something has happened.
Pleading.
Yeah, like what is going on here?
Yeah, it's absolutely concerning.
Yeah, non-threatening at all.
To be fair, Kristoff almost lost his temper, but then did come back to a place of concern.
How close are we to the edge of the ship?
I mean, I don't know. I did not have you mapped. Let's say 5 feet from mid-center, so you got like a 20-foot, 30-foot sprint to the edge.
Okay, I'm not running it. Yeah. So what's the last thing you said?
Curious.
It's a great question.
How about the truth? Because he doesn't believe anything you said so far.
Yeah, in regards to the ship.
Pull Laurie out.
Hmm?
Alaria.
Yeah.
As much as this is me, this ain't. And I'll look back up at the boys. Kristoff. Again, and tears. Tears are streaming. Kristoff. Rowan. At this point, I'm going to drop to my knees. Head bowed. It was me. I killed them all.
That's where the podcast stops. So that's the end of episode 1. Period. The end. So let's paint the picture. Let's paint the picture that you have this Inquisition style conversation, and it's very much out of concern. So you see Kristoff, who's bouncing between confusion, mainly because he solves puzzles quickly, concern because Avia is distraught over this news, and then you have Rowan, who is very much, no, listen, I was a pirate and this is all malarkey, and wants it to be solved and done with because he is not feeling this whole adventure onto this broken boat. And so you have this half of the drunken sun, third of the drunken sun, like piercing into the air from the ocean, and Atlas, who drops to his knees and essentially confesses with Alaria agape. Just like she's standing very neutral, but her face and her eyes is just, what the fuck are you doing? And that's where we're going to end episode 1 of season 2.
Oh gosh.
Ugh. His head started off thick with the drama.
It was perfect. I was really waiting.
He was waiting for it. Yeah, he was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get him. Ooh, I can see him chomping at the bit. Like I'm gonna fuck him up."
I'm watching the timer and I'm like, "Oh, it's getting close. The episode's got to end soon." And then I'm like, "Oh wait, this is gonna be good. What are we gonna end on?" So that's what we're gonna end on. So boys, first of all, welcome back to the regular podcast. It feels
Welcome back
great.
to Thunderdome, where 3 PCs enter and only 1 leaves.
No. Bye.
And it'll probably be fucking Kristoff because he can't die.
You know what I love about you boys? I super did some additional prep tonight. I was like, I'll just make sure I have everything I need. We haven't
get off the
done
fucking beach.
anything. We are on the
We're
beach.
resolving season
And
1 and the in-between time.
We went back. Dude,
Yeah,
I
we're
ain't
resolving
even
the town.
mad. I just realized I can do 10 minutes of prep for 7 hours of stuff. That's all. No
I mean,
worries.
Just let us talk for a little
100%.
bit. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but the one time you only do 10 minutes of prep, like, all right, let's bury through. Let's just get this. Let's
Don't
move.
worry,
We gotta go to
let's
the main
knock it out.
objective.
Let's talk about it. Let's stay the city. Let's stay the city.
No. Hey, we gotta stay focused.
Yep, exactly.
Shit.
Is there anything you boys want to say?
I just want to say thank you so very much for joining us in season 2, and thank you so much everyone who rolled for humanity. in December. This episode's coming out in December, obviously, but our charity rolls are done. They were given to World Builders. Over $200 were collected for World Builders from just Rolls for Humanity. You are amazing. Thank you. By the time you listen to this, the charity drive is over. As of tonight, I've received word over $1 million collected in World Builders over the course of 2 weeks. That is amazing. You're all perfect and wonderful creatures of this world and others, and I love you. Thank you so much for what you do.
That is unreal. I love it. Does any of the other boys want to say anything, or are we just going to walk this one right on
No,
home?
well, we gotta just tell about this. We have DrawCon going on in July, and we have been invited graciously by Nerd Asylum to be one of the main shows there, along with D&D Grandma, and there's a couple other they have coming in, but we're so thankful, one, to be even thought of in such a situation. And so we'll be doing that July 12th to the 14th. I'm correct, boys, on that one. You can get early bird tickets now. Go to, I think it's nerdasylum.com, or is it org? I can't remember. .com.
Actually, Drawlicon.com is coming live in the next couple weeks, so probably just wait for that.
That's it. Yep.
That's going to be the official convention site. It's going to have kind of more specifics. It's going to have tickets on there, early bird specials, things like that. Lodging, maybe, ? But more details to come. It's still in the early kind of planning phase, but July 12th through the 14th, if you want to go ahead and mark your calendars. It's in Indiana, Fort Wayne, Indiana. If you can make it, you want to come say hi. We'll be running tables. We'll be doing a few different panels. We'll be doing a live show. We'll be doing a sermon given by me, the D&D priest. We'll be given all kinds of cool stuff. We're going to have a booth set up with, we're running tables for an adventure that's going to tie in, to the live show. We're going to have guest stars from D&D Grandma. They'll be going to be doing panels. It's just going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be so much game going on, so much merch, so much good stuff that you can get. And just come out and hang out with us and other people. It's I think the hours are 8 to 5 for the convention, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then welcome to D&D After Dark. I'm your host, Uncle Shainsaw, where we'll be getting fucking riggedy right.
Confirmed. We'll be hungover every day.
I'll be taking care of the boys. I will not
every single one.
I don't get hungover. We will all be you don't get hungover if you just keep drinking.
I want to also mention that all of our $20 patrons, we did not ever suspect when we made that tier that you would actually get front row seats to anything we were ever going to do. But you get front row seats as promised because we said we would deliver that.
I believe that's $50.
Even better. Go be a $50 patron and you'll get a front row
So the only $50 patron who also gets to listen into all our recording sessions, so he's hearing this actively, Avon, thank you so much. If you like front row tickets, all you have to do is make it to Fort Wayne, Indiana, July 12th through 14th, and they'll be waiting for you.
That's all I have.
Speaking to you directly in the future.
So, two things we're going to walk out on. It's very important to note, and we'll have details as they come up. The tables will be ticketed because we already are anticipating too much demand. They will be an additional charge that we don't know. Ideally, it's not super a lot, but really we have to work with the convention to see what their rules are. I will be doing a world building workshop, which will also be a ticketed event. And again, we don't have the prices yet, but we do have a couple ticketed events where you can throw little dollar signs, get in on some games, some educational stuff, and there will be super secret surprises confirmed.
And so that's awesome. If you want, those ticket events are really cool, and we kind of have to be that way because we don't have enough room for everybody at those tables. We don't have enough room for everybody at that's very intimate world building workshop you're gonna have with Dwayne, who's one of the best world builders I've ever had the pleasure to meet or work with. It's true. I'm not even blowing smoke. Those would have to be ticketed, but there's gonna be lots of stuff that we're doing that aren't ticketed. So Devin and Alex are doing a intro to D&D kind of beginner's guide. They're doing that on Friday to kind of set the tone for everybody who maybe isn't super familiar with the rules. My D&D Sunday school sermon is going to be free for anybody who wants to show up on Sunday morning. It's going to be kind of first come, first serve. There's going to be plenty of stuff you don't have to pay extra for if you don't have the extra dollars to sling out, but some of the stuff we have to cut it off somewhere, and why not?
You know what I just realized? That Devin and I
Yeah.
are running the D&D thing for new people. The two people that forget their own spells and moves the most.
We're the best beginners he's ever known. Like
That's true.
Yeah, so do beginners.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
do beginners do
exactly.
that.
You
We're
guys
gonna be
have
so
been
good
playing
at
D&D
this.
for almost 2 years and still in beginner status. You're the best people I know to run these tables.
It's true.
It's been a minute.
It has.
Devin, it's been a we played when I lived in Kentucky, so
Yep.
it's been a minute.
Yep. Anyways, let's wrap this up. We have more sessions to record.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up.
today.
Yeah.
Put a bow on it.
Yeah.
It's almost holiday season. It'll be perfect. Let's do this.
It's holiday season.
Bye.
The scoop do scoop.
Like a lycanthrope.
Just say goodbye.
Like a lycanthrope.
God damn it, just say goodbye. Mm. 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 Yeah, you are great.